Welcome to Whiskey Bandit Reviews. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
And today we have the Woodford Reserve's Masters Collection. This is the historic barrel entry. We're going to give it a test, let you know if it lives up to all the hype.
So let's drink on that.
Alright, so this is the 18th release of the Masters Series collection, or Masters Collection Series. They do one annually, so this year is a bit different. And in the past, they've got some behind us. They did a chocolate malt one time. They do some like higher batch proof stuff, but this one is historic barrel entry. So there's no age statement on it. Comes in at 90.4 proof. And these are 700 milliliter bottles, so quite a hefty price too. I think they're up there, like $130, $140 or something like that. So,
yeah,
with that price tag,
I was gonna say you kind of get into that a lot with the annual releases on on things like that. So
yeah, and a lot of people kind of poo-poo these Masters Collection stuff. I've had a couple. I've got a lot of them. I've just not opened them because that's apparently what we do, and we collect bourbon for some reason. But I've had a couple of them and I've thought they've been good, but I like Woodford Reserve, and people normally hate on Woodford Reserve until they release the double oak, and then you'll find tens of thousands of people like waiting outside their door to get it. So do you know anything about this one?
About the only thing that I know about this one is I think they had intended to kind of pay homage to, pre-Prohibition era standards. So I think the historic release on this is the fact that they put it into the barrel at 100 proof.
Okay.
So I guess that's why we got the kind of low proof on this one. So
okay.
Not sure what to expect from it, but it's kind of cool to be able to drink something that was made kind of the way it was over 100 years ago. So
okay, yeah, so it looks like the first one they did was in 04, and it was the 4 grain, which I know they've re-released a couple of times because it comes in the small bottles that you get, like double oak. It says when new make bourbon is entered into the barrel, it begins the maturation process. There are many factors involved in this, and barrel entry proof plays an important role. Proof is controlled both as it enters the barrel and as it leaves the barrel by adding water to achieve a desired flavor profile. Higher concentration. Okay, yeah, so it's just telling you how they proof it down. It says the bourbon of the 19th century had a barrel entry of 100 to 103 proof. So after the appeal of Prohibition, barrel entry proof levels began to increase. So while it was illegal to distribute bourbon, they said let's just stretch it out as far as we can, I guess. But so yeah, now we like to see stuff a little higher than that. So they kicked it back. So is this going to be any different than Woodford Reserve that's just 90 proof?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about it, but
we'll see. All right. Cool looking bottle though, but that's kind of the bottle they use for a lot of their stuff, but I still like it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks nice on the shelf.
Yeah. A regular bottle of bourbon is typically 750 milliliters. So, you're paying a lot more and getting a little bit less.
Sneaky.
All right. So, big solid cork on there. That's a very, kind of wide mouth bottle at the top. So, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Rub it here. I'm interested to see if this is going to be much different than just regular Woodford Reserve. Oh, this is 90.4 proof, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a little interested to see how it goes. It's got a nice color. Kind of that, again, it just kind of looks like standard Woodford color.
Got that brown with a little bit of like a red hue, kind of. But, yeah, good looking stuff. The nose smells like Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
Got that rye-based bourbon, which you get those familiar notes that you always get from that.
It's pretty pleasant, but it's a little muted, I feel. A little toned down, but not like bad. I don't really pick anything initially right off.
Yeah. I would love to be able to buy just like a standard, always on the shelf 120 proof Woodford Reserve. There's just nothing else different, just higher proof.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of kind of brown sugar just off of the tip of it there. I'm getting a little deeper into it. Kind of smells kind of like grainy, like oats, kind of like kind of like oats, I guess.
If you had like some cinnamon, brown sugar, oatmeal or something in the
morning. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, brown sugar is one of the first things I think of when I think of Woodford. It seems like that always comes through from them for me. I don't know why, but
yeah, and with it being that, again, that higher rye bourbon, you really get the rye notes on Woodford Reserve, and I think that's probably why I like it pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it smells really nice. Like I said, it's a little toned down, but not like to the point to where like you're not just getting notes or anything like that. It's just
it smells really good.
Kind of balanced, I guess.
Yeah, maybe a little florally as well. But yeah, kind of really getting the brown sugar and the oats. So okay, so I've not had any bourbon in a couple weeks.
It's been a while for me as well.
Just been busy. So, but that doesn't taste like regular Woodford Reserve to me.
Mm-mm.
I think it's very reflective of the nose.
It is.
You get that brown sugar and kind of oaty taste from it.
Yeah. I definitely, initially whenever I tasted it, I kind of thought oats again.
Again, I don't know if it's because I've not had whiskey in a while or that it's not even noon yet, but...
We don't have to talk about that
part. It's hitting me pretty good. Yeah. Warm.
Yeah. It's much warmer than a 90 proof.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm pretty impressed by that because it's hanging around and just kind of like a...
It's sitting really like in the back of my mouth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting a really slow, progressive hug with it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So far, I'm more impressed than I thought I would be with it.
Yeah. I'm also, towards the end there, I'm picking up on a different flavor, and I can't really place what that's reminding me of.
Yeah. And going back to the nose a little bit, kind of reminds me of like just how florally E.H. Taylor is. Like I'm kind of getting that realm. Not quite as sweet as E.H. Taylor, but it's definitely in that area.
I'm like you though. I'm pretty impressed by the warmth on it, especially to be 90. You said 90.4?
90.4. So
it could trick you into thinking it was a little higher than that easily.
Right, so I've just run and fetched the big bottle that you've seen in some other videos. Also 90.4 proof.
Okay.
All right. Well, since it's here.
Yeah, might as well. When in Rome.
Yeah. When in Versailles. This thing's so awkward.
It is Versailles to Kentuckians. It's not Versailles, anything fancy like that.
Versailles. They might smell more similarly than I thought. I think the regular Woodford is a little more tamed down than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm kind of wanting to retract my statements earlier about this one being muted.
Yeah, and again, there's no age statement on it, so it could be older than the 4 years that we think that Woodford typically is. So it's a much stronger aroma.
It is.
So
that's shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I kind of, in my brain, have tied the brown sugar smell to Woodford because it seems like I usually always get that from their products.
I just took a sip of the standard Woodford Reserve, and it's not as good. The flavors aren't as bold. It doesn't taste as warm, so I'm not sure what happened here, but whatever their process is, and I'm sure you all know more than we do, besides a little bit that we read to you there. they've done something to where this is better than that.
Yeah.
Is it $100 better? No. It's good though. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Especially on comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a significant difference.
It really
on
is.
the nose between the two. I think this one is, to me, quite a bit better.
Okay.
Like you said earlier, I don't know if it's $100 better, but the difference, there's more of a difference than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah. And it's better than I thought it was going to be. So I've said that a couple times, but it is.
Yeah.
I really like that warm kick at the end. It hangs out in your mouth for a while.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's there in the back, just that constant heat, and it's real slow.
Yeah, it has like a real cool feel. Like you don't really get it to where it sits like in that part of your mouth a whole lot. Sometimes it seems like it goes a little bit lower or even kind of down into your
and
upper chest a little bit.
It's a long and lasting finish, and it's not harsh. It's just pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's really pleasant.
It just kind of sits there and lets you know, hey, you just had some bourbon. Like it's not.
So I'm gonna write down my score. Well, obviously I'm higher than I thought I was going to be. And hold on, one last thing.
This is just my initial gut instinct on it. I'm afraid I might be a little too low.
I thought I was going too low. That's why I got another pour.
Now that I'm kind of trying to
I really like it.
Pick some other stuff out of it, I'm getting almost like a kettle corn type smell.
But
I'm wondering if this time if you'll end up being higher than me.
I think so.
You think so, or
I don't know. I think we're going to be pretty close. I think we're going to be within a tenth.
You think?
But I've gone up 0.3 since my initial score. I've taken it up a bit because I'm thinking about some of the other stuff that we've reviewed and what it scored after looking at the board there, and this is better than those. You got your score?
I do.
I've got mine. So I have a 7.7.
Okay. So yeah, we're close. I had a championship year in mind.
Oh yeah? 7.8. There we go. Within a tenth. I told you. I told you we'd be within a tenth. So 7.75 is the score for the Masters Collection Woodford Reserve Historic Barrel Entry. My final thoughts are it's a lot better than I expected. As is the case for all the Masters collections, it costs too much.
That's a big drawback for it, which I didn't really try to let that sway my score or anything.
I'm not going to let it sway it, but it's definitely, is it $100 better than this? No. Is it significantly better? Yeah. But not $100 better.
$100 difference is, it's a little too much.
Unless $100 just ain't a thing for you. But most of us it is. So, yes. 7.75. What are your thoughts?
Like you touched on, overall, I think it's pretty good. I think it's better than expected. It brings a lot to the table, but it also leaves a little more to be desired, I think.
Yeah. With that flavor profile, if we were to see it up around 110, especially with how hot it feels, and maybe that would mess with it. We don't know what we're talking about. We're not the ones that do this stuff. But right. I would like to see it at a little bit of higher proof, especially for the price that it is. Besides that, I think it's kind of a gimmick.
Yeah.
But whatever they did is good.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I do think the proof on it is probably one of the major drawbacks on it for me as well. Especially, like, not too many people are going to go out of their way to pay $130 for a 90 proof bourbon.
That's 700 milliliters.
Yeah.
So it's not even the size of a typical bottle of bourbon. But besides that, Woodford Reserve, you did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those prices are what they are. People pay them. People pay over them. So I guess, should we? No, but we do.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've got one, definitely give it an open and try it, unless you're like me and just have a bunch of them unopened, because I've got another bottle of this. But should you go out and seek it? If you're a collector and like have these, yeah, definitely.
I think it would, to me, it would come down more to if you just have the expendable income.
All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. Anything for you, Josh?
Yeah, I think we kind of hit the nail on the head there. We finished it up pretty nicely. So
Yeah. All right, so stay tuned and let us know if you've had it, what you think of it, as always. And again, if you've watched it at this point, at least give us a like to let us know you're real and not a bot view. Besides that, yeah, we'll catch you next time. See ya.
yeah, see you guys.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I miss